Hello, Cancer. How you doing? Welcome back. Well, I've been away for 2 weeks, doing stuff, doing a lot of videos on energy and healing and stuff like that. If you haven't seen them, you'll be able to see that on our channel. I also had a cold. I got to say, I had a cold, really bad cold. Been very bad on the throat and stuff like that. I seem to be out the other end now, but if my throat does go and I do start coughing, I do apologise. Yes, I did the energy update as well. A lot of stuff going on with the energies. The sun really did kick off. And we will be going into how that affects your reading a little bit later on. But in the meantime, what we're doing is we're just pulling up these cards here. You'll know the elements that we're going to be talking about if you've seen the energy update, and how it plays into your flower. Yes, without further ado, let's just bring up last card out. Let's just bring up your Astroflower and see what's going on for that. Okay, so we have the overall energies, and then we have the relationship side and the financial side. Let's just see what's going on for you. Hope you have a lovely reading. Okay. Most fire signs and air and water signs, particularly, have been getting this really a passion that's building within them. You do have this, but nowhere near as strong as the other signs, because there seems to be a case of this fire or this passion is bringing back balance within your life. So it's not passionately running off in a direction, but it's getting passionate about things which brings stability and balance back into your relationship side, in your financial and in your relationship side, and your emotions and your and your spiritual path. It seems to be that's what a desire that's coming through you at the moment in this week here. On your financial side, this is about putting your finger on the pulse. Getting this is a good bit about passions here as well, coming in here more than the other signs actually on the financial side, and it seems to be pointing as if to sort of say, like that, you know it within you what direction you should be going in. You get the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this could be also certainly on the financial side. It's learning about putting together or seeing through a plan from seed to plate. So going through planting the seed, nurturing the plant, harvesting the fruit, and then serving it up on a plate. On the so I think that's on the financial side, and I think it's showing to you the plan to go forward for you financially on your, or it within you. On your relationship side here, I think this is also bringing passions into your life. So you know that you've got to build relationships, and you've got to build sort of like a spiritual path or emotional engagement in certain activities within your life. And this is where you're bringing balance back into your life through being a bit more consistent or constant about how you place your passions into things. Let's just see what's going on here. The karmic path is definitely giving you a direction, but it's pulling into this card here. And this is where we're finding the balance aspect of it all. And this is like synchronicities, reading the room, reading the coincidences that are around you, feeling the energies. That's what's going to bring you back into balance. And the karmic path is giving you that direction for you to follow. In your past seems to be feeding into this. It's like something that you've decided about how you've engaged in life in the past, or how situations have gone within certain relationships or spiritual practices or anything like that. There's a realization, like a marker in a way, sort of kind of going, okay, well, this has brought this result, and I don't necessarily want this result. I got to change these aspects of it all. And in your future self is all about that. It's planting those seeds here at the moment. It's all about the Page of Pentacles. It's planting this idea within you, and in the future that's really sort of playing out. And it's very much on the here and now of how you engage in life, really being present. That's the word I'm getting, being very, very present about it. Okay, so you get on your karmic path, you get the Seven of Wands. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's giving you that direction. It's showing you that inner light within you. It's giving you that sort of sensation of kind of going, yes, this is what I need to do in order to get to where I want to be. Being confident, being in your bubble in a way, and feeling of, what's good for you and having a certain control over the situation. Let's see what's going on and playing it in the outside world. Queen of Pentacles. This is probably, of all the queens, it's probably one of the most balanced ones of all. It's the most harmonious ones of all. It's a Capricorn card, which bodes very well because we are in Capricorn season. But it's also, she's sat at the Queen of Pentacles, she's sat at the base of the tree of knowledge. She knows when that fruit's going to be readily available. And that's what you're learning. So the page here is learning. It's like you are learning to cultivate your own perpetual enjoyment and success within your life on a financial on your relationship side. Look at that, what you get from the past. Happiness after difficulty. So this is where I was sort of talking about where there's certain things in the past that seem to have kind of like, it didn't really give you what you wanted, and now you've kind of going, okay, so now I seem to know what I don't need to do or what I don't want, and I can go after what I do want out of that good times, because nothing in the past is pure negative. There's always positive and negative in the past, and it's just a case of taking the positives out of the past and trying to apply it in the future. Here's your future self. Look at that. An offering of love that comes into you because of the stability that you are creating. It's learning to have that inner abundance where it's like when you're not dependent upon somebody. It's like you don't need to be with somebody. You want to be with somebody. That's what I'm getting here out of this. It's like that's what seems to be what's on offer for you. It's a really beautiful situation. Really, really beautiful situation here where it empowers you as much as it empowers the other person. And either you're offering it or they're offering it, whichever it is, there's definite happiness that's coming after the difficulty. The here and now, read the room. Seeing things in a different light, seeing things differently, cultivating, how do you cultivate that ultimate success within your life? It's from that Queen of Pentacles that you can see things completely differently in a really, really beautiful way. And the reason what you're seeing differently is how to actually apply your love within life. And it's going to bring you so much in the way of abundance for you and security. Brilliant. So yeah, it's good. It's good all round, I think, for you on the relationship side this week here. Being very engaged, seeing what's going on, reading the room, applying a little bit more sort of balance towards your life. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. It was like that. There was a direction, wasn't it? And this karmic path here is really tied into something that has been in your bonnet for some time, I think. This is a long-term goal that you may have lost track of for a while, and now it's really coming back up on the surface. It's pulling a lot of things in from the past. It's not in place. It's not vertical, so it's not absolutely clear how to engage this. But it's almost sort of saying, don't forget this, this, and this aspect of life that you want in your life. Therefore, anything going forward has to contain this. And I think that's what the karmic path is saying to you, making things very obvious, giving you some real boundaries and stuff like that. From the connection to the synchronicities, that's really quite strong. There's a definite plan here. The universe is really helping you out, connecting you with people that you need to be connected with, and it's helping you as well to cultivate that, to learn how to cultivate and put into action this plan, this direction that you should be going. So it's really feeding in. I think this card here is really quite strong. From your past self, there's a lot of passions there. I think this is tied into that karmic path of those things that you've done in the past that you need to have within your life as you go forward. Let's just see what's going on in your future self. This has got, it's not here now, but it's certainly, it's almost as like, I used to go down to Chelsea to watch football when I was a kid, and you used to go around through the old turnstiles, tick, 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 the old days when we didn't have seats and we always had to stand up. And it's like there's a whole process of going in to see a match. You know, you go through one control, you go through another control, and then you find your spot where you are in the stadium and stuff like that. And it's like that. It's like you know that there's going to be some good stuff coming your way, but you've got to go through the motions, as it were. And I think you're really enjoying that. And I think that's where the cultivation side comes into it. And in your future self is also getting passionate about that opportunity. As I say, it's not here yet, but you can definitely sense it. You can hear the crowd, even when you're outside the stadium, chanting, and you're kind of going, oh yeah, I can't wait to get in there, you know, sort of thing. Really, really good vibration. And here it's sort of like just concentrating and being aware of what you need to do at what time in order to advance the project or the career path or the business in a direction that really satisfies you on multitudes of different levels. This is it. It's putting your heart in there. It's giving you those boundaries that I was talking about here. So they seem to be, the boundaries here seems to be, I like to walk in this part of my where I live. So I've got to have a job that I can help see the sunrise or sunset or whatever it is. So that needs to be an aspect of the project that I'm doing. You know, I need to have X amount of money to make this project work. Because this is concerned with the comforts of my home and everything like that. There's certain perimeters here that you really love, that you need to recognize when you're building any projects that's going forward. And it is going to give you a new sense of engagement within your joy. In the connection to the outside world, and I said this is really powerful, you get the justice card. This is what's bringing in the balance back into your life. And there's a plan of action in place. It's really quite high. There's a plan of action in place. But there is also a part that's playing into this, which is what I said is about bringing balance back into your life. And it's getting on and doing, and it's making the outside world, it's like you are providing one of those cups to those two cups. That's what your karmic path is doing here. There's an engagement from you, and there's an engagement with the energy that is around you in a really good way. In the past, you've got the Devil card. Devil's in the detail. It could be a Capricorn, but it's also the Devil is the Devil can be very useful, and so it helps you to see through the illusions. If you're not prepared to see it clearly, you will get lost in the illusions of the Devil. But if you can see your heart's desires, that sounds a bit devilish in a way. But, if you see what you really would like to go after, you know what sort of game you've got to play in order to get there in the financial world. It's going to give you those parameters. And I think this here is your past is helping you to see what is really possible and what is impossible. Because you should only be trying to do the possible. In the future, you get the Three of Wands. As I said, this surfer here is looking down at those waves there and choosing the wave that they wish to be surfing. It's like you are, you're prepared for this ultimate goal. And it's being a little bit patient about it. Concentrating on the here and now before concentrating on what's going on. And she's concentrating on her environment that is around her before she goes into the water. And that's what you do when you go surfing. You tend to look at the waves, see where they're breaking, so it's easier to paddle out and etc. So be very attentive to that, I think, more than anything else. On the how you engage in it, you get the Page of Swords. Obviously, this ties in nicely with the Page of Pentacles as well, which is your general energy that is running through you. It's engaging with the ideas and helping to turn the ideas into reality. That's what the Page of Swords is learning to do. And it is a bit of a tightrope. As you can well see, she's walking on that thin tightrope. And it is a bit of a tightrope. Yeah, I agree with that. It's not always easy. And this is where I think that's where the Devil's really helping you out here to sort of like make things very clear for you so you can convert those ideas, your heart's desires, into the reality that is good for you. Okay, so it looks like a very good week for you. There's a lot going on, most certainly a lot going on. Let's just see how the elements play into your life, or into your flower. There you go. Sorry, get the Astroflower out of the way. So we're looking at the fire and air combinations. When we look at your sign, this is the same for water signs as much as it is for earth signs. You get this fire and air combination, which is just under the surface, very much in the here and now, which seems to be really important. You get this Gemini energy that comes in here. So that's all about the ideas, putting the ideas into action. That's all to do with that Page of Swords that is up there as well. And in your future is waiting and being patient, because Geminis can be very, very patient, because the plan needs to be really clear. And I think this is where you need to sort of like be very sort of focused. It helps you with the devil there down on this section here. It helps with the idea of sort of seeing things as they should be, getting away from the illusions, so then you can actually power on in the here and now and get these projects done for you on your financial side. On your relationship side, this fixed fire here is giving you that direction of passion, or bringing that balance back into your life through the passions of life. Okay. The other thing that you should notice is at the base of this petal here, the base of your past, and this is where we get into the Ten of Cups, you get the mutable fire from Sagittarius and the cardinal air from Libra. Now these two signs here, they go really well together. And this is really making a driving force to bring in that balance back into your life. So we're going to put a few cards on this section here, and we're going to put a few cards on the section that is down the bottom. Let's just pull your cards back up. There we go. There's your cards back up. Let me just get some other set of cards. Pull that out there like that so we can see everything. So let's get on to this crossing point here, and we're going to see how that plays out in here, and how it combines the Seven of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. But first of all, I think it'd be interesting to sort of see that mutable air that's coming through. Eight of Swords you get on there. I think this is where, as I said, you need to be a little bit patient about things. Don't allow yourself to get emotionally wrought because things are not moving on as quickly as you want. It's a learning process. It's bringing balance back into your life. Yeah, I do believe you do want it to go quicker than the music, and it will go quicker if you concentrate on the here and now. And I think the energy is trying to encourage that within you. And you get the Four of Swords. It's bringing balance and harmony and healing back into your life. This crossing point that's underneath you there, it blows beautifully for you. But it's the more you heal, the quicker you will go in the future. You know, it's don't try and run too fast now, because you're going to need that speed later on. Let's just see how that fixed fire plays into it. Queen of Pentacles. That's bringing that balance that's coming in here, and the energy is helping you to sort of realize that if you want that, you know, if you want to explore this sort of like this beautiful offering that's coming in through the Knight of Cups, you need to have a plan of action within your financial side and putting it into place. And you get the Justice card as well, which is crossing that Chariot. As I said, I think the more you take your time, the quicker you're actually going to go. You know, if you rush something, you end up having to go back and do it. And it ends up taking more time than if you just do it right first time round. And I think that's what's going on here. And once you get that habit within you, you're going to get that habit within your relationship side as well. And it brings you ultimate abundance. Look at that. Ten of Pentacles. It does reveal to you, you know, love and what have you. You know, there's a whole sort of family there. There's dogs. There's loads of things. There's nurturing the future. And the abundance is there for you. It just needs to be taken on your side by having a bit of balance in the thing. Let's just see what's going on down here between the karmic path and the synchronicities of the outside world. With the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, you get the Nine of Pentacles, healthy boundaries. I think that's all to do with the, you know, as we said about the Ten of Cups here, because it does feed the Ten of Cups. It's about sort of knowing what didn't work and what you want it to work. And this is where you get the Queen of Swords as well. I think the energy is trying to give you a direction that you need to take, that is your direction. And it's got to come from a sincere place that's not emotionally not running away from something. You're walking towards something. That's what it should be all about. Okay, so there you go, Cancer. Thanking you very much for being here with us. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Really do. Don't forget about the energy healing videos that we do on this channel, and also the energy update as well. I'll see you there, or I'll see you here, whichever way it is. It'd be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.